So, hey guys, good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing great. And I don't know how many of you are watching this live stream, but welcome to the masterclass of infrastructure as a code. As the title is saying, some infrastructure that we are going to organize or provision with the help of code. And definitely one of the most important part is, like you might have seen in the banner, how Netflix or any other streaming service or bigger organization, they're maintaining their infrastructure, right? So nothing to say much here. By the way, I'm Ashutosh Singh, and yes, we are going to talk about IAC. This webinar is mostly useful for two kind of people. The first, who are beginner in DevOps industry. Second, who are already in DevOps industry, but they want to understand the infrastructure as a code, which is the second or third most popular skill required by the companies after Kubernetes and CI/CD. So definitely we will be talking a lot about this, and I have prepared few demonstration on top of that. And here, just give me a minute. All right, so just coming back. Yeah, I have a better background, I think. Yeah, right. So, all right, now again, I'm repeating the same thing. This webinar is going to be a combination of sort of practical and conceptual thing. So you have to be very consistent to understand what exactly IAC is, and trust me on this. In 21st century, one of the most demanding skill for DevOps engineers will be IAC, because how these big companies like Hotstar, Netflix, and Amazon Prime, you might watching number of series over there. So how they're maintaining the fluctuation of the users and how they're maintaining the streaming service. Though we will be planning this some way very much live to maintain and handle infrastructure service, but definitely this time we will be understanding and will be provisioning resources. Okay, so let's start this without further any delay. And okay, so I'm just turning off my video and minimizing the screen. All right. So the most important part that you really need to understand, which is why infrastructure as a code very important. Fine. So let me just open my writing pad, and when I say IAC, that is infrastructure as a code. So I'm really trying to make you understand that when you say IAC, that stands for infrastructure as a code. So what we have to understand in this technology, right? So first of all, you have to think about what is infra or what is infrastructure, right? What is infrastructure? So in terms of IT industry, infrastructure means somewhere we are talking about resources. Okay, resources. That means either you talk about entire hardware machine. The infrastructure you can conclude as a hardware machine, where in hardware machine you can consider your laptop or PCs or servers, anything. These you can consider as resources. Or maybe these days people are using virtual machine, VM. So possibly number of users are understanding what is virtual machine, and you might be getting some good idea about VMware or VirtualBox when I'm talking about virtual machines, right? So some bigger software like VM and VirtualBox are there. And in fact, in the most recent way, we are moving from virtual machine to the containers. So definitely containers are also part of resources. So when I say I want to design a company where I want to run my application, my databases, everything, what we need entirely resources, and the resources we can plan manually or automatically with the help of hardware machines or virtual machines or containers. And apart from these things, definitely network is also a part of resources. Okay. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is whenever we are saying we need some infrastructure for our organization, let's say you talk about Facebook, right? So Facebook is handling millions of users by their, by their post, by their videos, by their streaming services. And like you can talk about Google, YouTube also, or maybe Netflix, maybe, Hotstar, you're watching IPL, or maybe a T20, sadly India is not there. So, but still we are watching, right? So when number of users are coming to access that service, like let's say 10 million users are accessing Facebook in every second, every minute. Maybe 25 million users are watching videos on Hotstar. So how this much bigger infrastructure is getting planned? What I'm trying to say is, imagine if one user is consuming 100 MB RAM and 10% is CPU and let's say 200 kbps bandwidth, and there are 25 million users. So are we already planning that kind of traffic in our day-to-day life? Or maybe the traffic is really unexpected. That it's pretty unexpected depending on number of situations. So my plan is, let's say if we want to set up a number of resources, number of virtual machine, number of hardware machines, number of containers, then definitely we need to set the proper planning, and we need to get that plan drafted in somewhere in a paper. And accordingly we have to purchase hardware, we have to set up networking, a power consumption, operating system installer, and so on. So this entire process was time taking. Definitely you can try to understand this thing. If you need 200 virtual machine with networking, storage, operating system, in an entire software to be set up, it is a part of very much time taking process. So how these big companies like Netflix, like Hotstar, or like any streaming service like YouTube, they're planning resources on the real time, even if the traffic is increasing like hell, right? You might have watched the India-Pakistan cricket match, where initially user was, let's say 10 million, then suddenly 25 million, 75 million. Look at the difference, 10 million and 25 million, seriously. So no company has planned those things in their previous state. That means I cannot invest that much resources that I need to plan, okay, 25 million users are about to come, and I have to plan before. Because if I do, maybe if the 25 million users are not coming, my entire setup, entire resources is all waste. So now the point is, we literally cannot be dependent on manual or automatic planning of resources. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to make it very much programmable. For example, like in C programming language, in Java programming language, we are writing code, hello world, printf hello world, and we are running it, we are getting the message. So what is infrastructure as code is all about? IAC means we are writing code to plan and provision infrastructure. And that infrastructure means resources. That resource can be network, can be container, can be VM, can be virtual machines. Again, in another word, what I can say simply, let's say I can write my code which can create near about 10,000 virtual machine, and it can also install or plan operating system inside it, or it can also attach storage, or it can also attach network, and it can connect this entire thing.
Writing वाली screen share नहीं कर रहा.
Okay, so here I think I am not sharing that screen. Just give me a second.
Zoom पे share करो.
Okay. So, all right, fine. So I believe I missed the screen sharing part. So definitely, okay. I'm really sorry, guys. Aditya, Shrita, Akshay, and everybody else. I believe I missed it. It was all dash, but anyway. So finally, what I'm doing is I missed maybe the screen sharing part, but still I am really apologizing for that double quote story. Okay, but right now, that means what I'm saying is we are now as a human writing code to plan, plan and provision. Okay, plan and provision infrastructure. And when I say infrastructure, it means literally resources. And when I say resources, these are the things. So let's say these days the technology is coming in such a way we are already doing programming or coding to write a software, programming logics, game building. But these days the technology which is in the market, we are writing code to plan and provision. Provision means setup. I mean in a layman term, you can consider provision as setup of infrastructure resources. Like, so we can create 10,000 virtual machines, we can install operating system, we can have storage, and we can have network also. So definitely this IT industry is having so many options, where those options can be the part of our infrastructure. And in fact, when we say those options can be part of infrastructure, definitely things are very much easy to understand. Okay, so I'm just checking. Okay, my screen is visible now. I don't have to worry much about it. Okay, wonderful. So now, what are the industries and what are the technologies that we are considering as infrastructure as a code? So when you talk about entire DevOps industry, okay, and in DevOps we're talking about infrastructure as a code. That means we are going to talk about some tools and technology or some software who can give us the idea, okay, how we can write code to provision infrastructure. One of the big name is coming in the picture, which is Terraform. Okay, a number of organization is using Terraform to plan and provision, planning also and provisioning also. Provision means setup, right? Setup and configure everything. Setup and configure. And another tech or engine you can use like Ansible. And likewise, number of tools are there. Okay, and in fact, we are using one of the language called YAML, or these days we are also using JSON to provision our infrastructure or planning. Like now, it doesn't matter, guys, we are planning our virtual machines, or we are planning our containers, or we are planning our pods. Okay, definitely I'm really not going to talk about what is virtual machine, what is container, what is pod, but it's all about when we write code, we are expecting, let's say, number of virtual machine and a number of setup to be done inside it. Okay, so in this master class, we are 100% talking about the world most amazing IAC tool, which is Terraform. Okay, I do have few PDFs that you guys can check, and here under IAC Masterclass, I have few PDF. Definitely, this is not created by me at all, and I just downloaded it from Google. You can also download it. I'm too lazy to, create this PDF. So this is one of the Linux Foundation PDF about Terraform. Terraform is the most popular and useful IAC tool, right? And here we can use Terraform to create our VMs, our container, our resources in which environment. So we can create in our local setup, means in your office, in your college, in your anywhere, or you can use in your private data centers, and you can use to provision resources in your cloud environment as well. So it's just not about only cloud environment is there, but yes, Terraform, which is a product by a company called HashiCorp. And here IAC is the term which will be, will be doing by Terraform. Okay, so definitely, yes. Also add this infrastructure, but yes, GitOps need Niharika some more tool in the backend. So GitOps is better to call it CI/CD pipeline. So if I answer your question, Niharika, GitOps is more about CI/CD, not much about IAC. It is using some tool like Terraform or other thing to work as IAC, but GitOps is more about CI/CD, right? So it has that feature, but yes, it is more coming in that category. I'm sure you're getting it right. Okay, so now this Terraform, few more information about Terraform, which is that you really can try to understand. So first of all, two things that is very much important to understand about Terraform, which is this slide. So Terraform is written in Golang, like one of the most amazing programming language these days. And when Terraform is written inside Golang, that means it is really very much fast. Okay, so when you compare with the other ISA tool like Ansible, like Chef, so it is way fast, right? And another thing you have to understand, because we are writing code to plan infrastructure and provision it. So definitely when we are writing code, we need to use some language. So Terraform having its own language called HCL, which is HashiCorp configuration language, and will be using HCL language to write our code, and then we'll run that code to provision and plan infrastructure. It will be really fast. Okay, so in a nutshell, if I revise everything, whatever we talked about, because initially I just missed to share my screen. So in infrastructure as a code, we are literally talking about Terraform, this the most popular and faster IAC tool, or you can say technology ever as of now. Okay, and when we write code, we will be writing in HCL language, and Terraform itself is written in Go programming language, right? It's designed by Google, Go 1. And the Terraform is a product by HashiCorp, an organization who's having number of other product. So without making any delay, if we talk a few more terms about Terraform. So simply, this is the GitHub stats, right? I mean, when the Terraform project started by HashiCorp, it was the condition. And these days, people are also using other tools like CloudFormation, Ansible, and so on. So we are not spending much time here, but in case in some interviews you want to have some sort of other options also, these are the ones. Okay, so definitely what we will be doing today, okay, because Terraform can do a lot of things. So we will be having few demonstration to write our code, which is I can plan my infrastructure to provision resources on AWS cloud, and to provision container and other things in Docker engine. Okay, so we'll be seeing two things: how Terraform can provision resources in AWS cloud environment, number one, and how Terraform can plan resources in Docker environment. Likewise, it has number of things. Okay. Samriddhi, you're asking the difference between tool and technology. Tool is something which is specific to any particular task. Let's say you have some wrenches, right? So tool is generally specific to some particular task, and technology has multiple options. Like technology can have a tool, but tool is not a technology. So a technology like XYZ can have some tool, like one tool, two tool, right, to perform some operation. For example, you can talk about C programming language. It has a tool called GCC compiler to compile and check syntaxes, but it has also GCC v3, and here we can also plan our advanced C syntaxes. So that means if a technology name is XYZ, it can have multiple tools for different purpose, right? So when I say IAC, where Terraform is a tool, but IAC you can consider as a technology, which we are using it. So definitely it's just conceptual difference, right? So I was here. Now the next thing we are going to talk about how to use and plan a Terraform. Okay, so first of all, to use Terraform, we have to install it. Okay, number one thing. Any resources we want to provision, if we want to use Terraform, we have to install it. And to install, it doesn't matter you have Windows machine, right? You have a Linux machine in your laptop or PC, or you have Mac machine. Okay, so you can directly install Terraform in your local laptop or PCs, and whatever operating system you're having, you can use that. So it is very simple to install also. So first of all, I'm going to share that link where you can install Terraform. So I'm going there, and then just going it down, and here Terraform install, right? And if you just follow the first link, you'll be getting install and download option. Maybe you can go for Terraform download also. And here are all options you can download for Mac, for FreeBSD, for Linux, for OpenBSD, for Solaris, even for Windows also. Okay, it is simply a very much easy to install it. You just download, extract it, and go for that. So let's say if I talk about Mac, if I click here, like 64-bit, my Mac OS is there, and your Windows also having 64-bit support. The way you click here, you will be automatically getting that prompt to save that zip file. See, it's a zip file, and you can save, download, and extract it. So I did that already. That means I already have installed in my Mac. So how I have done it, if I'll show you my Mac terminal, when you install it for the first time, and you can also check this download links also, because you have to set path and everything. Okay, so you can have this link to check how to install, download, and here I'm sharing it. Okay, it is like that. So after installation, you open your terminal of your Mac or your Windows, anyway you can use. And here I'm opening my terminal. Windows has PowerShell or CMD, anyway you can do. You can try to do Terraform, -v. Okay, the version I'm having is 1.0.11. Okay, it's on Darwin. Darwin means Mac. It's a kernel of MacBook. Okay, And likewise, you can open CMD or terminal in Linux just to have this. It's very easy, right? Just install and extract that one, and that is done. Okay, you can use that one. So when I have this Terraform link downloaded, then it's time for provisioning the resources. Okay, so now what I'm going to do when the installation is done, I can talk about, like, let's say I can talk about how to start with. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to talk about how we can provision resources in AWS Cloud. In case you don't know AWS Cloud, definitely it will be little complex for you. But yes, AWS Cloud, then we'll be also using Docker engine to plan our containers and pull our images. So first of all, Terraform dealing with the AWS Cloud. So what things Terraform can provision, can plan, these are calling as providers. So I can say Terraform is having a provider called AWS, where Terraform can plan resources and infrastructure in cloud environment like AWS, Azure, Google, Oracle, and all these cloud, right? Second, Terraform can also plan resources in Docker and container. So it is up to you. Okay. In fact, you can search about Terraform first when you talk about this. So we are going to use to provision resources in AWS Cloud. And here I'm gonna go and log into my AWS Cloud instance, which is right here. Okay, so again, because ideally more than 70-80% companies are using any cloud environment. It can be Oracle Cloud, it can be AWS Cloud. I do have Oracle Cloud subscription as well. So in case you want to have a glimpse of it, you just log into Oracle Cloud as well. Again, one of the fastest growing cloud these days for enterprise customer, because Oracle company is also having very big customers for databases and for virtual machines as well, right? So maybe we can see something on Oracle Cloud also, but our entire focus will be Amazon Cloud, because number of people are not using Oracle Cloud. It's an building stage. Okay, but this is your Oracle Cloud platform, very familiar, very popular these days, and the one Amazon that everybody knows that. So first of all, the very much beginning thing is how Terraform is going to interact with AWS or any cloud. So here is the thing, how Terraform is going to do interaction to AWS Cloud. Like as a human, I'm interacting with a portal. So how a Terraform, being a tool, being a technology, is going to access Amazon Cloud platform to provision and plan resources. Okay, so here I'm going down and answering that question. Almost every cloud is having API resources, API. And Terraform is going to use the cloud API to connect cloud internal system and provision resources. Okay, so I'm just erasing things. Now consider this one, that this is your AWS Cloud, and this is my machine. And in my machine, this is my local machine, right? And me, let's say this is me. And here in my MacBook, I have installed Terraform. Okay, and this is my entirely AWS Cloud. So I need to configure my Terraform to connect with the API of AWS Cloud. And definitely when Terraform want to connect with cloud API, we need to supply some authentication also, because nobody can connect to any cloud API without any authentication. So we are going to download some authentication token, okay, authentication token, and that token we will be giving to Terraform. Then the API resource and Terraform token, it is going to at least connect with AWS Cloud. So this is very, very important to understand that this one. Okay. Akshay, you're asking for, hopefully, first of all, I don't know how many of you are watching this video, but if you're getting my point, how Terraform is going to interact with any cloud, the point is with the API of that cloud and using that authentication. You can respond me back with yes or no if you're getting it. Okay. So Akshay, that is depending on Terraform things. So how you can check? So I can write here Terraform providers. Okay. And when you go for Terraform providers, right? Terraform provider, you will see the number of options here that Terraform offer. And if IBM Cloud in that list or not, so AWS, Azure, Google, Kubernetes, Oracle, Alibaba, and you can search here IBM Cloud. Okay, so the answer you can get it from here. Okay, and it's like cloud infrastructure, and maybe I can filter public cloud. So as of now, see AWS, Azure, Google, Oracle, Google Beta, VMware, these. Maybe other cloud associations also, and maybe other things. So you can check whatever number of providers are there. The list you can get here. In fact, I can share that list with you all, and you can browse your things. So what Terraform can automate and can provision, that thing you can find under this category. Okay, it has so many, see 159595 technology and platforms are there, including cloud, network, storage, and all that Terraform can provision. Okay, so hopefully Akshay, you will get that from there, because I'm not using IBM Cloud much, so I cannot say surely, right? But hopefully you're getting it. Okay, so here we go. And of course, this one you're also getting it, that we need to get the API authentication keys. So if we are in Amazon Cloud, how I'm gonna get the API keys? It's very easy. So when you log into Amazon dashboard, like in normal services also like this, you have this your account name, and you click here on the drop down, and then you go for my security credentials. Okay, the moment you click here, my security credential, you'll be having another landing page, which is IAM, identity and access management, and here you can get the access and secret key. Okay, so definitely these access and secret key, you can use it. Like I can delete these access and secret key for now, because I don't need this. Okay, I'm deleting it. And to create a new access secret key, you can click on create here, and you can show. So these access and secret key will be used by your cloud environment. So I'm gonna just delete it right now, deactivate. I haven't downloaded it yet, but yes, this is how you can get that token and secret key. So if you see in my laptop also, I do have this root access key because I downloaded it simply. And here we have the root access and secret key. Now to begin with, how my Terraform is going to connect with my cloud platform, I'm going to create, let's say, Masterclass folder. And this Masterclass folder have nothing as of now, you can see here. Okay, and I'm going to open my Microsoft VS Code, and here I'm deleting all these things. I'm going to browse a new folder, which is going to be Masterclass, and opening there. Okay, and this is entire new folder. It's better to use some editor, or maybe you can directly use this VS Code also. I personally favor you always that you can use VS Code, because yeah, it's really awesome. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna write a code where we can try to understand that how exactly we can plan our Terraform scripts, and we can plan our Terraform other things. Okay, So I'm going to write a code. Let's say ideally we can call it main.tf, because Terraform file we ideally write as .tf file. It's not even mandatory, to have those things by default, but yes, it is always good one to have this thing. Okay, so main.tf, and you can directly go for your browser, and where you can check a Terraform AWS provider. So let's say Terraform AWS provider. You don't have to remember everything one by one. So here the documentation by HashiCorp. Okay, and this is my Terraform AWS provider. So provider means the Terraform is going to connect with that one. So first of all, I'm going to write this thing as in my main file, and which is going to be a live thing. So for example, first here is Terraform. This is required AWS provider, and the source means yes, HashiCorp, and the version of Terraform is and the provider is this one. So this is just like a JSON programming language. So here it is important that you write in main.tf file. Otherwise, even if you don't write in a couple of cases, it is automatically going to provision those things, right? And where this is very important initially, that you're writing this provision provider. So sometimes you can ignore this one, sometimes you can use that also. And here is the thing. So fine, the first thing we are using provider, and what is the reason here? So reason is something in which Amazon data center and Amazon region you want to plan for resources. Let's say I want to plan from virtual machine, and here I'm in Ohio region. Maybe I can switch region to North Virginia, to Mumbai, to North California, to Oregon. So every region has a name, like US East 2, if I want to plan in Ohio. If I want to plan resources in North Virginia, I can use that one. So my current region is Ohio, and which is having US-East-2 as the region code. So in this one, I will be planning, I will be writing here, this is my, this one. Okay, so simply you try to understand that one. We are having this thing where every single thing is going to be our new provider. So simply we really need to understand number of options. Okay, and definitely if I want to write, if I want to connect with the AWS provider, so definitely I have to supply those keys. So you can check it from here also, or for authentication, this is access and secret key that literally you have to pass it. Okay, so I'm gonna use access key and secret key keyword. In fact, in Microsoft VS Code, you can install plugin to automatically have those keywords, access underscore key, and in double quotes we'll write something, and secret underscore key, in double quotes we can write something. So what is there in our access and secret key? I can simply write it down in my terminal. So I'm gonna go to my desktop. Here I have IAC Masterclass, and in root.csv file, I downloaded this one. So please do not use this as of now, because maybe some people are using it on the real time. So copy, and here it is, pasting it. Okay, pasting it. So definitely I'm just using this one. Okay, so my provider is this much. Okay, I can just write this thing here, because maybe somebody is copying that one and maybe using it. But yeah, so first of all, this is all about how Terraform is going to connect your AWS cloud platform. simply how Terraform is going to connect your AWS cloud platform. It's very simple, right? You have to give one thing, that is provider, then the reason, because Amazon cloud itself need a reason. Reason means the location, physical location where we want to plan resources, and definitely to reach to the reason we need the security credentials. So these three things is enough to connect with that cloud environment. Okay, so hopefully you guys are understanding it. I'm just going back to my YouTube, and maybe if you guys are watching, can you give me a response that you guys are understanding that one? Okay, and yes, if it is, then you can give me a response like a yes message. Okay, so I don't know, I mean, between your response and my thing, if there is a delay, it's all fine, but if there's no, you can always respond me back. Okay, so simply this is the one. Okay, yep. So the connection part is very simple, in fact, and that we can also use or check for number of things, but yes, literally we are using it. Okay, fine. Then now you have to understand one thing, what exact thing you want to do in your AWS cloud infrastructure. So that means, let me come back to my video. Just want to talk to you regarding this one. So simply what I'm saying, now you get one thing, or two things in fact. Terraform is a very tiny tool, but that can do a lot of things. Second, any cloud infrastructure you want to connect from your laptop where you have Terraform to that cloud environment, what you need is the APIs and that authentication token. And every cloud has a different method to generate and give authentication token. And you write the reason and everything, and it's done. Now the second most important thing, a cloud is providing number of infrastructure. Cloud can give you virtual machine, cloud can give you a container, cloud can give you network, storage, streaming service, number of things. That means even if you see that Amazon cloud right here, and I can show you this service thing, these many services that my cloud is offering: machine learning, robotics, blockchain, satellite, containers, storage, so many things, right? And out of these, which one you want to plan in a bulk way, right? In a bulk way, which one you want to plan? Let's say you want to plan for a virtual machine, then definitely you have to go to compute section and EC2. That means you have to understand before Terraform, which is the service that is offering what kind of product. Okay, let's say you want to provision some machine learning models, so you have to understand under services, you have to go, oh my god, okay, machine learning section. Let's say you want to use Amazon recognition to recognize your face. That means you have to choose that service, which one you want to provision, which one you want to plan by Terraform, because a cloud is having number of offering. Okay, so here we go. Now I can go back to my Terraform one more time. Okay, so this time if I go back to my thing, and here I can say I need EC2. EC2 is a service to create a virtual machine, and here in the provisioning also, I want to create EC2 instance. I want to create EC2 instance. So let's say EC2 AWS instance. And when I say here, these are few things. These are exactly the resources we want to have it. So definitely this is not really easy to start with, but when you start something, you can get that idea very much easily. So now if I want to launch one virtual machine, the module or resource name is AWS instances. So what I have to go, to my this one, and here I need to plan for resources, and the resource name is AWS underscore instance. Okay, and here some name. This name is not related to your cloud. Let's say Ashutosh VM. Okay, this is a name for this one, or maybe I can write LNB virtual machine. Okay, that's it. So this is the resource planning. Now, if you know AWS cloud, and whenever you want to launch any virtual machine, let's say I want to launch any virtual machine, then what I have to do, I have to choose first which operating system I want to launch. I want to launch Amazon Linux, Mac OS Big Sur, or maybe Red Hat, maybe Windows Server. So every Amazon based operating system is having some AMI ID, so having some ID. So Terraform is identifying those things with the help of AMI ID. So I'm copying that AMI ID because you have to copy from the provider itself. Nobody can give you that ID apart from the Amazon itself. So I'm going back to my VS Code, and here, let's say AMI is equals to, in double quotes, you can prefer that one, this one. Okay, so I want to create one instance. That instance name for Terraform I'm giving this. An instance need an AMI ID, that is the one. And when you go for AMI ID, the next thing is going to talk about how much resources you want to give. So see, resources like T2 Nano, T2 Micro. T2 Micro means this is free, but one core CPU, 1 GB RAM, or T2 Small. So this is, we are calling instance type, right? We're calling instance type. So here, the keyword also is instance type is equals to, let's say, which one to choose. Example, I'm choosing T2 Micro because it's a free one. So T2.micro. You need to understand, you need a lot of knowledge of cloud also, because the keyword is accordingly. Simply, so now we can relate how we are planning things like this, and that. Like I can go here and I can write how many instances I want. So if I want one instance, I want 10 instances. These things also we are having as a count variable. Its account is equals to, it's a 2 maybe, but I'm not writing it this one because by default it is taking 1. And after counting this, we need to also plan for storage and for a number of more things, right? So storage, then tagging, then security groups, then the key. When I click on launch, this is key, we have to plan for it. Okay, so these many things we have to plan. That's why it's not easy to understand in the beginning, right? So I'm giving you the ideal things, because if you see here, when you plan for any instance, you have to plan for the OS name, resource name, and many more things. Okay, so now I'm giving you the best one. Which one you have to take care of? First of all, let's say I can give key underscore name, and the key name will be whatever key you have in your Amazon cloud already. Okay, so here if you see in my dashboard under key pairs, we are having 2 key pairs. That is hello Ashu, and this one. So make sure you are having this key, otherwise a Terraform is not going to open, because this means the key is already present. Okay, so you plan for the resource, you plan for this, you plan for the key name. And one more thing, we can also give a name of the operating system, so that comes under tags, right? The tags, and a tags is also having a key value pair, right? And the key will be the name, and the value will be, like, say, OS1. Okay, so now you will be understanding what is this. Okay, so to minimum provision one resource, you need connection, you need AWS instance name, you know, MI T2, key and all. Okay, let's try to understand this. So when you write your first Terraform script, that is .tf, this is in HCL language, then you need to follow a few more steps. So how I'm going to apply these things. So there are predefined steps in Terraform, right? When you write your script, you have very much predefined thing. First is init, second plan, and third apply, right? Init, plan, and apply. Now, what is the meaning of init? How your Terraform tool is going to understand that AMI is a keyword, instance type is a keyword, this is a module, this is a keyword, this is a keyword. How? So you need to let your Terraform know, okay, these are the keyword which is related to Amazon Cloud. So how Terraform will know? So when Terraform created these provider names, they have a library, they have inbuilt library. So what I'm going to do, the moment I will be showing you that one. Say ls, right now I have this one, I even don't have any hidden file. The moment I will do Terraform init, it is going to check the current directory, read that main.tf file, and check what is the provider, and this provider is having these many keywords. So it will download that script from the remote Terraform website. See, initializing provider plugin, installing this one. So it is downloading those plugins in the current working directory. And when it will be downloading it, it is going to happen like this. Yes, Arjuman, the compute service of every cloud has some differences in general, right? I mean, some differences, definitely. So here is the thing, right? So Terraform init, and this job you have to do only for the first time. So first of all, we are doing init, and ideally it is just you have to do for one time until unless you're not using any new resources, one time. Okay, so it is now already downloaded and initialized. Okay, I can show you, apart from this file, there is a hidden folder called .teraform, and it has number of things. And in fact, it is also downloading that lock.scl file, which is maintaining some HCL language syntax also. Okay, so first of all, this is the one. Now, once you init, you can also do Terraform validate. Although this command is not used by so much by the people, but validate is just to check the syntax of the Terraform file. So the configuration is valid now. That means there is no problem with the script. Okay, now before you actually deploy it, you can use a plan command. Okay, now here is the most important thing to understand. When you say Terraform plan, that means you are just doing dry run. Okay, I'm going to tell this like this. When you say Terraform init, that means you're downloading Terraform, you're downloading Terraform plugins related to the provider, which provider that you have on the first line of provider, AWS provider. That means now Terraform init will download that provider library in your laptop. So now Terraform is understanding, okay, this is my cloud environment. Okay, so hopefully you said ideally when you have one provider and few modules, few keyword written, you can do init. Okay, and what is plan? Before you are going to actually deploy it, it's always better to see what is going to happen That means plan is just like a preview, like you are taking a preview before printing the paper and everything, right? So plan is just like a preview. Okay, that means it is not going to deploy that, but it's going to tell you what is going to happen. So plan is just like a preview. So I'm going to do like plan. Okay, and just wait for it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I will be getting some output. So here it is saying the Terraform provider need some request and something like that. So what exactly the thing I given the secret is validation is failed. That means maybe I am having the wrong, or maybe the wrong thing, something wrong means maybe my secret is not good. So I can do one thing, or just open my secret code manually. Okay, open my secret code manually. Masterclass root keys, and here is thing. Just waiting, and it is starting from R2 3F, only 3F in the last. Okay, and when I say cancel it, okay, now 3F, I'm going down, and there I want to see 3F. After this, I just mistakenly put percentage. I don't need this percentage, right? So here I'm gonna just do planning again. Okay, so I literally corrected that secret key. Actually, it was having percentage, and I said, wow, see, now indirectly the init command already has accessed these many keywords, like you see AMI, associate public IP, CPU count, core count, host ID, instance. These are the actual all the keyword that Terraform already know. But out of these many keyword, we just use its a key name. We use the instance type. Okay, we use tag. Only this one. And finally, if you see here, it is saying plan is saying 1 to be added, 0 change, and 0 destroy. That means plan is just like a dry run. Okay, dry run, or it's just like a normal thing. Okay, now when you plan it, it will be showing you that actual what is going to happen, but here nothing happened. If you see right there in my environment, my cloud environment, actually nothing happened. So nothing happened. Okay, that means in my instances, no instance got created as of now. Okay, and if I want to do it, just I have to do Terraform apply. Okay, so apply is doing the actual deployment, and here it is asking for performing action for sure, and I need to type yes. Okay, only yes will be accepted to approve, and enter the value. And now look at the magic. So here we are starting with one demo, and now you can try to understand. Now you can try to understand why we are calling this technology like infrastructure as a code. We are provisioning one virtual machine of Linux type by writing code. So we're writing code to provision or set up infrastructure. That's why this technology is known as IAC. I hope you're getting it, right? So here you can see that the state also still in creating state and blah, blah, blah. It's like we're writing normal code in C, C++, Java, and we are planning infrastructure of the real cloud environment just by writing 10, or in fact, 5, 10 number of line of code. Now, trust me on this. If you are understanding that one in near future, you'll be getting more idea about IAC, because we are possibly going to repeat number of things. So it's done and apply completed. Reason is 1 added, 0 change and 0 destroy. And if I go back to my instance, let me refresh it. Okay. Whoa. See. And why this name is OS1? Because the name is a key and the OS1 is a value. And the reason behind the scene is name is OS1. Okay. And the instance type is T2 micro. And the key name is hello Ashu. And if I just go there, hello Ashu. Okay. So hopefully now you're getting why we're calling it IAC. So repeat it with me. Terraform is just about 3 commands: init, plan, apply. Say it with me: init, plan, apply, init, plan, apply. Init one time, plan just to see what is going to happen, apply, boom, we are going to deploy it. All right. So if you remember this 3 keyword, okay, Terraform init, boom, 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 we are going to download the libraries from the provider. Second, plan. If the syntax is perfectly correct, it is going to show you what exactly thing is going to happen, but it's not happening. It will just show you what is going to happen. Number 3, learn. Means please do it. Okay, please do it. And once you do it, okay, cool, we're creating it. And see, even if we don't know about Amazon Cloud much, we learn this HCL language as a normal C, C++ Java language, and you just change the provider and then things are going to happen. Though I'm not saying it is very important to know about the cloud also, but it's just like writing code and provisioning your machines. It is just one. I can make a for loop here and maybe thousands of virtual machines are giving. So if you're understanding it, please do respond with the chat room. Init, plan, apply. Init, plan, apply. Just like, oh my God. All right. Anyway, so, okay, cool. So now, here is the thing. So how we can see that what is currently happening. So either I can go there and I can say, okay, this is there. Otherwise, without going into the browser or my provider, I can also use Terraform state list. So when I see Terraform state list, I can see that what is the state. And in fact, I can use Terraform state show command also to show the status about this. Right, see. So about the status, what I can see, there is an instance called LNBVM by my name, and the MI is this, where it is hosted, and then the current status is running. The key name is this one, and that public IP address is this one, and that is also right here. So simply, when you see current status, you will be getting that idea also, what is exactly thing we are going to do, or this is going to happen again. Okay, so it's very, very much important to understand that when you see Terraform status, it is going to S3. Okay, S3. This is an additional command that you can check about that. Okay, now finally, if you really want to destroy it, then do destroy. Destroy means delete whatever we have deployed it. So when you do Terraform destroy, it is going to connect to your resource thing, and then it will check, okay, what is running right now, and after that it will deploy it, destroy it. Okay, so just wait. It is asking for value call. Yes. and right there. Fine. So it is going to destroy that one automatically. Okay. So number of things we need to understand, because this masterclass is going to also give you idea about what is this going on behind the scene, which is very important to understand. Okay. So this Terraform state and few more files got created. And the moment it is, still in destroying state, I can go back to my cloud environment and see right there by refreshing, this is now terminated. It's now terminated, right? So it's clearly terminated right there, right? And that's still done. All right. Few more things we literally need to understand. Okay. And for doing that, what I'm going to do, sometimes you want to call this Terraform thing. And let's say if I want to apply, whenever I'm applying to provision resources, it is asking for a manual input called yes. Okay, like call yes. Apart from yes, if I will enter everything, the apply will be cancelled. So how I can automate this one? So I can do -auto -approve. Okay, if you use auto approve, then this is going to automatically say yes. And in a while, see, now it is not asking for any inputs from me. Creating VM. I'm going back to this portal, refreshing it, and it is now in pending state. Okay. Once this will be done with the creation and things, then it is going to be provisioned very fast. Okay. And trust me, any other infrastructure as a code tool is not that fast in provisioning, because they need to take care of number of things. Okay. So auto approve is another very ultimate option that you can explore and you can use in your scripting also, whenever you just want to call this command in some scripting language like Python, like Ruby, like Perl, like Shell and all. So the option was auto approve. Okay. So Terraform, plan, apply, and auto approve. Now, sometimes it is very, very much important. Okay. You know that if I do state list, it will give me the list of resources which is planned. You can try to understand what is my resource. From here, my resource is this name, and this name is my resource. So this AWS instance dot LNBVM. Now this is in currently deployment state. So if I want to see what other things I can visualize, I can see from here. So it's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. So for example, this Terraform current state is having these many resources. It has the MI, it has the ID of the instance, it has the current instance state, it has IP address, and many more things. Now, what if I want to get IP address of the currently running instance to be printed as my output? Okay, so out of this much information, sometimes I need some specific information to be printed, like key name, like IP address. So from a running instance, or maybe initially also, if I want to particularly print any information, so like we have a resource similar to resources, we have output also. Okay, and let's say here is LNB output, any name I can give. Now there's a keyword called value is equals to, I need to call this resource, that is AWS instance LNB VM, let's say VM. And under this, because the resource name is, if you see here, the resource name is AWS instance dot lnbvm. Okay, dot lnbvm. I want AMI. Okay, maybe I want ID of the instance, and maybe I want simply right here. I want this public IP. Okay, so right here dot public IP. Okay, it is automatically, I have installed SCL plugin here in my VS Code. So it is going to tell me that one. So output is not a resource, output is an independent thing, which is now connecting to this AWS instance dot lnbvm dot that public IP. And how I get that one, because when I did this Terraform state show, then I get it. But because we made some changes in the file, how do I refresh it? Because see, as of now, I cannot rerun this entirely because I just made few changes. So when you want a few more changes, you can use Terraform refresh. Okay. If any a changeable thing you have done, I mean, not everything can done by refresh, but anything you have put under output or anything that can be accepted by cloud. So refresh command is going to rerun this entire one and pick that one also. So like if I do Terraform refresh, it's going to connect my current resource, and it is trying to pull that information which I updated in my Terraform output. Okay, see, now the output is that IP address. In fact, there's a command called Terraform output also, which can be shown that one. Okay, so it's very, very important that you are understanding this thing also, that whenever we want to, we are making some changes, some small changes, and we literally want to, do that one also, you can do this. Okay, in fact, if you want, you can call in double quotes. Okay, if you want more than one, and always have a good practice of calling it through dollar. Let's say this, and maybe dollar AWS underscore instances. I think this syntax can also work. Public IP, but here I just want ID also. Okay, this is public IP and ID. Maybe I can try with a refresh one more time if it is all sorted, and then after that we can cross check what is happening. So dollar is now considering this thing as a variable. See, this and this one, or maybe I can close this bracket here and there, and I can call them in a curly braces also, like this one. I mean, depending on some different versions, so I'm calling them in a different way. Now maybe I can try this refresh one more time. So some Terraform version is having that, changes. You're calling with dollar, then you are calling with the curly braces also, and in some version it is not. So simply, I think the most latest one is having that changes. Yes, this IP and the instance ID, which is also you can verify from here. The instance ID is this, and the IP address is 3.145, 3.145.55.32, and the instance ID is 47 C47 in the last, C47 in the last. Okay, and similarly, you can also plan for destroy -auto approve. This is very dangerous though, but you can use that one, and it will not ask for yes or no, it will destroy it. So till now, what we have done, or what you should consider as an understanding. So when you think about Terraform, you think about two things. It is a provisioner. That means that can plan infrastructure when you write code. Simply, it is going to plan an infrastructure when you write the code. Okay. Second, apart from planning, it is also maintaining things. It is also maintaining things. So for example, you planned it one and somebody deleted that thing. For example, you planned by Terraform and somebody deleted that one manually, and you check it by Terraform again, so it will deploy that. It doesn't matter, but we'll talk about that one. But init, plan, apply, destroy. 4 commands now. Init, plan, apply, destroy. That's true, right? So likewise, you can plan a number of more things. Okay, I'll be giving you the entire GitHub repository where I have made few sort of Terraform scripts and the ideal and the best cases also, right? Fine. So we are going to talk about a very much important aspect of Terraform that is again very important to understand. Okay, so I'm just reconnecting all the dots. All right, and here we go back to our VS Code. It's all deleted, nothing is there. Okay, so just to give you an idea, if I do ls, you get, apart from main.tf, 2 more files got created. And this is very much important to understand. And I'm calling it initially understanding Terraform states. Okay, a lot of questions are getting asked in Terraform interview. What is Terraform states, right? And here we go. See, so now I am removing this Terraform state thing. So I'm only having this one. So first of all, the moment you do Terraform plan, nothing is there, Terraform plan, that means we are just checking what is going to happen. Okay, the moment we do Terraform plan, it is going to check what you have written, and now it is going to connect to the AWS cloud, and it will telling you, okay, one thing will be added, no change, no destroy. Okay, and we don't have any state file. But the moment I will apply -auto approve and hitting enter, after a successful deployment by apply command, what is going to happen? A terraform.state file will be created that you have to just wait. And when it will be done, I will be showing you that. Okay, when it will be done, I will be showing you that. So just wait for it. And waiting. So okay. All right. When this entire process will be done, I'm just showing you by ls, one file got created automatically. That is terraform.state. Okay, terraform.state. And this is the most important file which you really have to take care of it. Okay, so state file is having the current status. So currently what is going on and what we have planned. That means, let me just turn on my video again. Imagine I write one Terraform script and I just do apply. Okay, and that Terraform created, let's say, 3 virtual machine, number of storage, network, and everything that is being done. Okay, when it is done, how Terraform is going to remember those things. So whatever Terraform has been doing or has done it successfully, everything will be maintained in terraform.state file. Why is that? Because maybe if something wrong gonna happen with the resource, it is going to compare it from the database. So you can consider tf.state file is a database of what Terraform has done. It is entirely getting stored here. And when I do Terraform state list, this command is reading from this file only to give us the list of what is currently going on, what is currently the status. And when I do show also, it is reading from there. This file is having everything all state maintained. Now you see, Terraform has done this thing. What if Terraform has done whatever things like here, and I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it to manually. Hey, bro. Okay, I changed it. This change, right? This change is not done by Terraform. This is by me. When I have done it something, means me as an opponent or the other guy, I have done it something. How Terraform is going to remember or come to know is that any change happen. Now here, learning is again gonna come. So if I do Terraform plan again, it will check the current TF state file. Okay, it will check the current Terraform state file. Just wait. So it will check the current Terraform state file. I mean the current one, this one, state file, and it is saying 0 to add, 0 to destroy, but 1 to change. That means something got changed. And what something got changed here, what something got changed here is that OS1 has been replaced with Hey Bro. And that also means if I do apply hyphen auto approve now, right? Apply hyphen auto approve now. Let's wait for it. What is going to happen? So instance refresh is going on. And if I just go back to my portal, changing it, checking it, checking it. Okay, just waiting, waiting, waiting. Yep. Hurrah. Now this Hebrew got changed with the OS1. That means you have to think again. Let's say you plan some resources with some settings, some name, some security firewall, something, and some hacker came into the picture and they changed something. Terraform, what Terraform did, that data and that state is already stored in TF state file. Okay, and if you do something else, then Terraform is going to compare from TF state to that changes, and whatever changes you made, it will be re-corrected by Terraform. All right. I hope you guys are understanding my point and what I'm trying to say. So simply, if you're getting it, then let me know that you guys are understanding it and you're getting it, right? So Terraform state and something like that. Okay. So simply it is going on in that way. Okay. I'm not sure, but yes, if you're understanding it, then let me know with the yes or no message. All right. That it is all sorted. Okay. So TF state file, it is all clear, and please do respond. And now one more thing. See, as of now we have TF state file. What if I'm going to destroy everything? The moment I will destroy things like, wait, the moment I will destroy things Now there is another thing which is going to happen that you have to understand again, right? So just waiting for that one. And here we are waiting again. Okay. Right there. So this is the one. Waiting, waiting, waiting. And something going on here. Okay. The moment it is all destroyed, you can cross check right there. It is all destroyed. What thing also happened? A backup file got created for the TF state. A backup file. In fact, you see this, the Terraform state is also there, but Terraform state is having nothing, That means it's just a version and then metadata. But whatever we have planned earlier, that is also having a backup. That means if you sometimes you want to provision the same resources, that backup file is there. So that means you can use that backup file to plan the same resources what you did. And to plan this thing, you don't need this YML, this TF file. If you read this TF file, you don't have to worry about it. This backup file is having all this thing sorted, right? So it's very, very much simple to understand that one. That is very important. Okay, the backup will be created when you will be destroying things altogether. Okay, now one more thing, two things we have to discuss more. What is the best practice to write your Terraform script? The best practice. Okay, so we're going to talk about the best practice to write your Terraform scripts. Okay, so you know that we are using HCL language, the one we are using, and we are talking about the best practice. Okay, I'm sorry for my handwriting, but anyway, the best practice. So going down, and I'm just turning off my camera, and here we go. So let's say I'm gonna write the first file, which is main.tf. Okay, and in the main.tf, you just write the provisioner and provider thing. Now you should always create a new file which you want to do it. So let's say I'm going to create a new file. Let's say EC2 underscore create or EC2 operation.tf. And here you can take this entire resource, cut it, paste it. So you should always maintain a different file related to your task. So let's say I want to do my virtual machine provisioning with the EC2 product. So I'm creating a different Terraform file here. And similarly, I want to have my output somewhere else. So you can create, let's say, output data.tf. The file name can be anything I'm writing here. So everything related to output will be here. Everything related to EC2 will be here. So now the main file is just having this details. That's it. So I'm never gonna touch the main file. Output, if I want to add a few more things, I will keep writing here. And the EC2, which one I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write right there. Okay. Now, if I open my terminal here, right, in my, I have let's say I'm just deleting terraform.state like this. So I have three files: main.tf, EC2 operation, and this. I just have to do Terraform plan again. Terraform is automatically checking these 3 files in one shot. So either you write in one file or you separate it one by one, it's all sorted, right? So if I do a Terraform plan, it's all sorted, right? So here we go, and Terraform is going to detect everything, see? And even if I do apply -auto approve, right? It is automatically going to read the main file, then the output file, then this file. I don't have to give any path or anything related to that. Okay. So it's really sorted. See, it is getting treated. So the best practice always to keep your Terraform script, a main file in a different way and other file in a different way. Okay. So it's very much sorted. All right. Now I'm going to tell you a few more things here that you can also use to deploy things. Okay. Here's the thing. All right. So this is really awesome. Now, the next thing I can introduce few more keywords like if you want to attach, or if you want to deploy something here, for example, if the instance got created, okay, here, and what if I want to perform something, that means the instance got provisioned, simply got provisioned, and I want to perform something inside that instance. So let's say I want to create some folder, some file, and maybe I want to install some software, or maybe I want to deploy any website, anything. So apart from resource provisioning, Terraform is also doing some operation inside it. You have to understand that, right? We are creating resource, that is one thing, but inside that resource, if you want to perform something, Terraform can also do that without any failure. Okay. So I'm just gonna stop that one. And to do that, my this field is also having one of the data field, like user underscore data. Okay. And under user underscore data, I'm gonna just write something which is like a shell script, EOF, because it's a Linux instance. So here, like hashtag exclamations and bin bash. What I want to do, I want to install some software. You know, the Linux, you can let me know. Okay, I mean, you can understand it. I want to create some folder. Hey, hello world. Okay, I created this folder, and I'm also looking for installation of GitHub, and maybe I can go to some location. Okay, and I'm cloning that software. So I'm going back to my browser, sample GitHub HTML project, and say I am using any one project, which is this one, and this is having some HTML CSS code. I'm going back to this, cloning that one. And this folder will be created, and let's say I'm going down, then moving that folder to LNB, and finally going to I can also start my application like systemctl start httpd, and I'm going to make it like 755 lnb r. Okay, I'm not saying you need to understand it all the way right now, but the point is, it is all the script that I really want to write in my user data script. That means these are the operations that I really want to perform. So I'm installing some server, I'm creating some folder, I'm installing Git client, I'm cloning a sample GitHub project, and also I'm deploying it. So that's where you will understand someday, okay, when any company want to create some resource and they want to plan something also, they can do it like that. And now if I do Terraform apply -auto -approve, okay, it's saying invalid argument block definition required. Or maybe I need to do Terraform init. No, nothing. So the keyword is user data, which is under that resource. So I think user data is always there. Okay. And the tags, I given it like outside. So here is user underscore data is equals to EOF and the file idly, and then I can try this. Maybe I can check one more time here because I already have something in my terminal here in my desktop, okay, and in my IAC Masterclass. If you see Terraform work, and here I have ec2.tf. Okay, so that is the one. So maybe here I have, and just before user data tags. So probably if I write it like that only, I'm going to write that user data, Control X, and before the tags, is it going to make any difference? I don't think so. EOF. And starting and ending. Maybe I can try with this only, right? So here, Terraform apply -auto approve. Sometimes we are writing and it is a syntax mistake, so possibly it is having that one also. So if I do apply and I'm removing one thing which is I don't require at all. So here is the thing. Okay. So now I do Terraform apply. And here we need to run the init also first, because definitely init is something which is really required. And then I'll be sharing it. Okay. So we are running out of time, but okay, I will be showing you some GitHub operation also where you can check it. Now, auto approve. So it is going to perform that operation which we ended like that. So that means it is going to approve. Meanwhile, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share some Terraform Git repo of mine. This is my user name of Git repository, and you go there in Terraform script, and here if you go to repository, I have created one repository for Terraform -everything that you guys can use to revise this masterclass, right? And here I'm gonna explain that. See, so I'm updating this Terraform repo not every day, but yes, very frequently. So you can read this information from here. And in fact, the branches are 10. So let's say if you want to install it, the installation branch is already there. And you can check from where to download, from where to check these things, and how to install it, like in Mac, in Windows, or in Linux. It is for Mac and the Linux platform. And then after that also, how you can use these commands, right? Terraform, apply, ls, and approve everything. In fact, destroy, auto approve. And the most important point is Terraform state file, Terraform providers, the provider link and all, and AWS provider here. And again, a sample project, VPC sample project. Here I have this project, and here I am having, one EC2 create file instance. This is the one, and the second one also a project to create VPC, okay, and of course a main.tf. Okay, this task is already there, so you can use this link to understand that one. Okay, in fact, the Docker is also here if you want to check that for Docker. So I hope you're getting it right. I cannot cover everything right there, but yes, whatever maximum thing you can get it. Okay, so I'm going back to my VS Code, and it's all sorted now from here. See, it got approved, the command line. And if I go back to this instance, the OS X is present, and I can copy that IP address. And the website is, I just written hello Terraform. This is also running. So that means all things I have, done in this EC2 script, it is also part of that one. Okay, I am just iterating all these things. So Terraform destroy -auto -approve. Okay, one last demonstration. Like this was a connectivity with the AWS cloud, right? And what if you want to do the same thing for containers? You want to do the same thing for containers. That means whatever we have done for AWS, you want the same thing for your Docker. So how are you going to use your Terraform to provision, Docker container, or to do number of things? So I already have Docker instance running in my MacBook, and I'm going to write that script to directly think about that one, okay, and talk about that one. So simply, I'm going to create one more new folder and calling it, let's say, Docker underscore operation. And in the Docker operation, I'm going to create a file called main.tf. Okay, and here I'm going to write the provider and the provisioner. So I can go back to this one under Docker, and where I have this main.tf. Okay, in main.tf, you have to write, we require minimum this version, and of course, where your Docker is running. So my Docker is running in my local system. I can show you here. It's running in my local system. Running here. Okay. And I don't have any container. If you know Docker, then only it is for you. Okay. Now, this is going to connect this one. Now, another file I'm going to create, which is container.tf. Okay. And the container.tf is going to have this operation to create two containers. So if you know Docker and container already, you're understanding resources, Docker container name, image nginx, port forwarding, Ubuntu container, and this command. So now I'm gonna open that terminal, going to Docker ops folder. And because we are doing it for the first time, so Terraform Terraform init is required. It will download the Docker plugin from Terraform official website. Okay, and once it downloaded, I can check the plan, what is going to happen. Okay, image has been not declared. Okay, so I can directly use Ubuntu latest. Okay, the image name. And plan. Okay, now after plan, I will do apply hyphen auto approve. Okay, so this Ubuntu container is getting created, and the Nginx container also will be getting created. So I can see here like Docker PS. Yep, one container got created, and in a while another container also got created. So it's very much easy for Terraform also. Apart from the cloud, it can connect to Docker. This is the connectance string, and this is the container creation thing. Okay, so I just given two ideas, guys, like the two provider, how Terraform can connect to the cloud called AWS, and second, how Terraform can also connect to one of the biggest container runtime engine, that is Docker. Okay, and rest is up to you. So if I summarize each and everything in a very minimized way, Terraform is IAC. And what is the meaning of IAC? Infrastructure we are writing to provision the, code we are writing to provision the infrastructure. The infrastructure can be VM, can be container, can be bare metal, can be network, can be storage. And to do that, what we have done, we introduced Amazon Cloud, and we understood how Amazon Cloud can connect to how Amazon Cloud can receive the request from Terraform using that API calls. And second, Docker engine, which is running in my local MacBook, how my Terraform can connect to Docker engine to pull images, create container and all. Okay, and that repository link I already have shared over the session. Now, if you do have any question, okay, any feedback also, this 2 hours is not enough, but just to give an idea about IAC, write code to provision infrastructure. Okay, this is used by Netflix, and Hotstar. They're writing big code, not that smart, right, to provision infrastructure, do things, plan streaming service and so many things very fastly. Okay, someday will maybe possibly showing that case also, how we can plan that thing, but definitely not right now. Okay, so if you're getting it, ultimately just say yes over the chat room. Okay, boom boom boom, then we can wrap it up. And if you do have some questions, please let me know. Okay, meanwhile I'm having this water bottle. So let me know. Okay, all sorted. I don't know, the stream is having some delay of near about 20 to 20 some seconds, but okay, so all sorted. So this near about 1.5 to 2 hour session was about little bit about IAC and how we have written things in HCL and not all done. All right. So hopefully you all will be doing great. If you like it somewhere, I mean, maybe you want to be in DevOps engineer someday. So please do like, subscribe, and share. Ding 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 below. And bye-bye. See you. Take care and enjoy weekend. Okay, to party hard. Akshay, work on IBM Cloud as well. Okay, don't worry. You can reach out to me over LinkedIn or GitHub. I will be sharing something if Terraform is planning, or Terraform having something for IBM Cloud also. But ultimately, you get the idea. So it doesn't matter which cloud you're having. You just have to take care of that provider, right? So yes, that PDF link, I just downloaded it, and I will be uploading it in this Git repo, the PDF, and you can get that. So our team will be taking care of the certificate and everything, right? And how you get the certificates, that you don't have to worry. You'll be getting one form by a team. You have to fill that form and just email ID and all, and then you get the certificate. And that will be taken care by our Yogesh, or maybe they can contact you. They will be contacting to you, right? Don't worry. All right, guys, thank you so much. Bye bye. Enjoy, and see you maybe some other day. Thank you so much. Enjoy evening. Okay, cool. Bye bye. How to stop the streaming? Oh my god. Yep.